gentlemen, it's me, Flyin Ryan, with my tag team partner, Mike the Hammer.
Hello.
We're 24 hours away from Survivor Series. Welcome back to the Wrestlinks Review. We've got a very special guest today, known as Little Dynamite. Welcome to the show.
Wow. 3 episodes in and we already have a guest.
Yes, sir. All right, let's get into business.
You want to start with our Hell in a Cell recap?
We're going to recap the Hell in a Cell quickly and find out who won and who lost.
If everybody remembers, we were tied coming out of SummerSlam, but there is a clear leader now after the Hell in a Cell.
Great.
First match on our list was the Big Show versus the Russian Rusev. And we both picked Rusev, but we got specific enough, whereas I said a count out and you said submission, and it was a submission.
Yes, accolade on the Big Show.
So I think you get an extra half a point probably for calling how it ended.
Yes, we can try to do that in the future as well.
Okay.
Call the finish.
So that one we both had right. Nikki and Bree, I think we gave up halfway through predicting that one, but both said that we knew Nikki was going to win and we were right, so we can each get a point there.
Nikki Bella.
Tag team title action. The Dust Brothers versus the Usos.
Goldie and Stardust.
And we both went Goldie and Stardust, so we got that one right as well.
You mean the Usos didn't win?
Somehow they didn't. I don't remember how that one ended.
When I say, oh, y'all say,
ooh.
Ooh, say, oh. Ooh.
So.
Ooh.
So.
Yeah, there we go.
Then that was the tag team title match. We had the Intercontinental title. And we were both wrong. We both picked Cesaro, and I think I said I guaranteed it was going to go 3 falls, but Ziggler swept 2-0.
He swept it.
He made Cesaro look like a chump.
Yep.
Then we had the United States title with the Irishman Sheamus versus Miz and Mizdow, and that was where Sheamus ended up winning and making Damien Sandow do the little dance, and or it was making the Miz do the dance, and then Mizdow was dancing along with him. So you got that one right, so that's a point for you. I was wrong, I called the Miz. Then we get to the 2 Hell in a Cell matches. Ambrose Rollins. I picked Ambrose, you picked Rollins, and it was Rollins with the help of the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt.
Oh, no one called that, though.
No, I remember we were talking about it, though.
We said, where was he? And there he was.
There he was. He pulled the Star Wars coming out of the hologram and sabotaged him.
Interesting.
So you got that one right. And then the final match, Cena-Orton. I called Cena, you called Orton, and it was, of course, Cena. So by my tally, you had 5 right, I had 4 right.
Nice.
Very, very close. Overall, were you happy with Hell in a Cell?
No.
No? Disappointed?
It was lackluster.
Did you like how Rollins and Ambrose got up on top?
That was a good ending match. I thought they did well, but
yeah.
There was no blood. There was no real heat between the 2 contestants.
Yeah, I think
there was no reason for them to be in that cage.
No, I don't think so. They didn't have any kind of build up to it. I think there was more heat between Ambrose and Mercury and Noble.
Well, at least it wasn't John Cena, so that's a good thing.
I went back before the match though, and I watched that Mankind Undertaker one.
Yep.
That was insane. I have no idea how Mankind lived through that.
Yeah, that's a great match. We talked about that last time.
Yeah, that's incredible. All right, you want to talk about the last Raw heading into the Survivor Series?
So, we're going to talk about the Raw from this past Monday.
Do we start with the best thing? Grumpy Cat?
Grumpy Cat, yeah. Let's give a plug for Grumpy Cat.
That was interesting.
It was cool maybe 5 years ago.
Is Grumpy Cat around that long?
I'm not sure how old he is, but I know it's a couple of years old at least.
Grumpy Cat. I do want to see that movie with him and The Miz, though.
Grumpy Cat and The Miz?
Yeah.
I didn't know Miz was in the movie.
He was pitching a movie to the Grumpy Cat for a couple segments.
Oh, yes. The Miz.
I don't think that's going to happen, though. What else was at the Raw? Oh, I do think the real highlight, though, was the Intercontinental title.
Yes.
New champion.
New champion was crowned.
Surprised by that?
Yes.
I was very surprised.
Yes. It was kind of a bad guy move, but...
Have we ever had a time like this in recent memory where all 3 titles have been held by heels? You got Rusev with the United States, Harper with the Intercontinental, and then Lesnar with the heavyweight.
Lesnar, and who's got the tag belts?
Golden Star.
And their heels.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the bad guys.
Clean sweep right there. Did you catch Jerry the King Lawler? He was mentioning the Grumpy Cat, and then Adam Rose had his bunny out there, and he said maybe next week we'll get some puppies. Throwback to the old Lawler.
Yes, that's what we need more of.
He really picked up when he said it too. You could tell that's where his heart's at. He loves puppies.
So the ending to Raw, let's get into that.
Okay.
Because let's talk about these 2 teams coming up at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Team Cena, Authority. I'm just not into it.
You're not?
Not into it.
Even though the loser either gets fired or disbanded?
I don't believe either of those things are going to happen.
Really?
Do you see, when we're talking about Triple H and Stephanie no longer in control of Raw, does that mean they're not going to be on Raw?
I don't know, I guess. Or maybe are they in some other capacity? Does one of them step into the Vicky Guerrero role?
What role would that be?
Yeah, taking a big bath in the puddle of poop.
Excuse me!
No, I guess I don't know what that would look like. I mean, half these people aren't in the Authority 2 weeks ago.
So, but the teams, they just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
They're a mixed match of, none of these guys hang out. Back in the day, you had real teams,
Yeah. Well, I even thought going into this, when they said it would be Team Authority, I assumed that would be Mercury and Noble, Triple H, and Rollins, and then somebody else.
Yeah, that would have been
Kane.
A good team right there.
Yeah.
But somehow they bring on Mark Henry.
Yeah.
And Rusev.
Yeah.
Who just got done battling.
Well, and that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that aspect.
It makes no sense.
And then Harper is just from completely out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of left field. Why did you break up
the Henry
Harper
and Rowan, Henry
the
show.
Wyatt family?
Yeah.
Why did you break them up?
Well, and that's the thing. Do you think that this is some greater scheme of Bray Wyatt's?
I've thought about that. He could come out. They could all rise and high five at the end. But I don't trust that the WWE would do something cool like that.
Yeah. And didn't it seem like when Rowan showed up and became the last member that he was acting as if though there was some kind of beef with him and Harper?
Yeah, and that just seemed ridiculously stupid.
And it looked like they were. I think it was the week before they had the Rowan thing where he came out in Tyson Kidd's match and was looking for the lady.
It
I don't know her
would make
name.
much more sense for those two to be on the same team.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you had the hillbillies versus the rock and roll guys.
Yep.
Or you have the rappers versus the mobsters.
Yeah.
Each team had its own identity. The
Yeah.
zookeepers versus, come on, help me out here, Dynamite.
The Islanders.
The Islanders. There you go. You got to get guys that are in sync here.
Well, I think this. We've talked about this before too, though. That there really aren't any tag teams.
I mean, do people really want to be on John Cena's team?
No. The other thing that we have to talk about with this too is where does Orton fit in? Does he come back, or is he too busy with filming the movie?
Randy Orton's out. He's on. Yeah.
He will not be there.
He will not be there. No.
What's the storyline of that? Because I know he got beat up a little bit, but are they saying that he was hurt so bad that he can't compete?
That's correct.
Okay. I was looking forward to having him on Team Cena.
Yeah.
But instead we get Ryback. who from, a couple months ago teaming with Axel to now being the toughest guy under the sun?
Yeah. Ryback's kind of cool, though.
I don't dislike him. It's just a little strange.
Big guy. He's the big guy, man. Come on.
And where's Cesaro? I know he came out and played like he was going to be on Team Cena.
Yeah, I believe there's another team member pending. I think they each will get a surprise.
You think so?
Member.
So we'll go from 5 to 6?
I thought that was going to be a stipulation that they each have one more guy. Is that not true?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It could be.
Let's look it up. Let's figure this thing out.
So you think if that's the case, Authority gets Cesaro?
I was thinking Triple H. He's not in the match, is he?
No, not right now.
Yeah, they need Triple H on that team. Come on.
Yeah, from the beginning, I just assumed he was one of the members on the team when I started trying to count him up.
Yeah, we're still talking Raw here, so anything else on the pay-per-view, they didn't build up either.
Well, and the other thing, too, is they had the tag team match, they had that match on Raw. They had all 4 of those teams in a match on Raw.
Yeah. I can't stand those kind of matches.
Yeah. I think that'll be good, but yeah. I'm surprised they give it away early, but I mean, it is going to be a little bit different at the pay-per-view.
So, during the month of November, the WWE Network is free. What they're trying to do is bring on new viewers based on the free subscription and the trial.
Yeah.
And this is the type of match that they're building up, the type of pay-per-view, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Does this make you want to buy it? You know, I can't get excited.
Well, I already had it, so I guess I'm not a good person to ask, but, you know, maybe that's, look at it the other way. Maybe they don't want to put a super card on here because they want to use this to draw people into, build something up for next month. Get all those people in for free, tee something up next month, and then run those subscribers up.
Possibly.
But you'd still, I do think you're right. I do think you try to put on something huge to make people that are watching for free want to keep it.
Sure.
I think you at least have the heavyweight champ involved. Somewhere, but...
Yeah, he's not been on Raw since when? Months ago?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he was on the whole month before Hell in a Cell, so that's 2 months ago. What was Night of Champions before that?
Night of Champions.
I forgot, was he involved?
He was at that, yeah. It was him versus Cena.
I think that's the last time we've seen the belt.
Cena.
And now Heyman hasn't been around either, really.
Paul Heyman. Yeah, he's a good guy that needs to be on television as well. He's not on the card.
No.
Terrible.
Who knows? We could get some kind of people popping up just like we did last time, where Bray Wyatt jumped in the Hell in the Cell.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So let's head into this Survivor Series event, which is coming up tomorrow. So we've got very few matches, no championship match, no matches of interest.
What about the 2 ladies' matches?
Well, we've not seen AJ Lee versus Nikki Bella.
Well, that's something
for
new.
the title.
Let's skip over that.
I've got to go with Nikki.
Who's she fighting? AJ?
AJ Lee. It's time for her to go.
Yeah, it's probably Nikki. Who's got the belt?
AJ. She's going to lose the belt.
So the Bella's going to get the belt?
Vacation.
Okay, so she's going to lose, go on vacation, and then we're going to have the next pay-per-view is going to be a Bella versus Bella title.
Versus Bella. You got it.
All right, that's my bathroom break on the pay-per-view.
Put me down for Nikki Bella on that one.
What about Kid Dynamite? Or who's our special guest? What's his nickname?
Yeah, we've got a special guest here today, Little Dynamite.
Little Dynamite. Who's going to win that match?
Who's your pick, AJ or Nikki Bella?
Nikki Bella.
Why do you like Nikki over AJ?
Because AJ's had the belt.
She had it too long. Yeah, she needs to get out of here.
All right, you heard it here.
You heard it here first, folks.
I don't even know what the other ladies' match is. It's a bunch of them. I think it's kind of like a watered-down Survivor Series, right? Like 4-on-4 or something.
There you go. Alicia Fox, Natalya, Naomi, and Emma will take on Paige, Cameron, Summer Rae, and Layla.
Okay. What do you want to talk about first? Ambrose Wyatt or the tag team title match?
Who's your pick here for this Survivor Series match here, bud?
Which match?
Little Dynamite. We're talking about Alicia Fox, Natalia. I'm just joking.
Versus Dawn Marie, the Fabulous Moolah, Velvet McIntyre, and the Jumpin' Bomb Angels.
Yes. Later on, we'll get into that. We're going to discuss the original Survivor Series match and see how just it compares to this 2014 mashup of mix-ups. All right. Also, we have a fatal 4-way tag team title match.
This one, I'm kind of looking forward to this one. El Torito's going to be involved.
Uh-oh. Goldust. Stardust. I hear a baby crying.
That happens sometimes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. The Wrestlinks. I'm your host, Flyin Ryan. With my friend.
Hello.
And our special guest, Little Dynamite.
And the Rooster. Is that the Red Rooster, Terry Taylor?
That's just funny. The Red Rooster. He's a good guy.
Oh, poor Terry Taylor.
All right, we're back in action here on the Wrestlinks review. We are discussing the Survivor Series 2014.
And we're talking Fatal 4-Way.
Fatal 4-Way Tag Team matchup starring Goldust and Stardust.
Current champions.
The Usos versus Los Matadores versus Miz and Mizdow.
All right off the bat, there's one of these teams that has no chance of winning.
Usos!
Do you think the Usos have no chance?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, Little Dynamite, who do you think has no chance of winning?
I think the Usos.
You think the Usos don't have a chance to win?
No.
You think they're going to win?
I think they're gonna win.
We'll see. I think the Matadors are the only team that doesn't have a chance to come out of this with the belts, and I'm disappointed because they're the team I want to see with the belts the most.
Yeah, this matchup is just ridiculously done.
I want to see the Matadors with the belt, and I want to see the U.S. title go to El Torito. Do you think there's any chance he's the man that brings down Rusev?
Yes, El Torito versus Rusev.
Or we're coming up to tables, ladders, and chairs, right? And we had that the WLC match with El Torito in it,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. So he'll defend it there.
Yeah, he's got the skills.
And then he's going for Brock Lesnar.
I would
At
love.
WrestleMania.
Could you imagine that the main event for WrestleMania? Torito versus Lesnar. The man behind the 21-1 versus the little one. Now,
21-0 was defeated by Brock Lesnar. This year, an up-and-coming champion fights for the top of the mountain. Ladies and gentlemen, El Torito.
I'd love to see that. I the other thing I want to bring up about this too is, Torito's had the great matches with Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
Where did Hornswoggle go? He was there 1 week with Mizdow.
We discussed this on the last episode, but I just can't stand Hornswoggle.
But did you see that a week or two ago where he was the third member of the Mizdow tag team?
Yeah, that was absolutely horrible.
I loved it.
That was awful.
It was great because Sandow's bit is awesome. And then you got Hornswoggle doing a half-size version of that.
No, we don't need that.
I want more of it myself. I just want to go on record. I'm all for Slater Gator, Mizdow, anything with Hornswoggle and Torito. I just want more of that.
Great.
All right, but I don't know. If I got to pick somebody here, I don't know, man.
This is for the titles.
And I think these are the only tag teams going right now, aren't they? Because Slater is now dressed up like Apollo Creed, and he got crushed in 30 seconds by Rusev.
This is their entire tag team roster.
I know we're going to get to it later, but the original Survivor Series had a 20-man tag team Survivor Series match.
Yeah, it doesn't compare.
Oh, now they don't even have enough to field one team.
So
you got to have a tag team division. You have to have plenty of tag teams because that's where you get your singles competitors.
It's a staple of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
You got the guy reaching for his partner, fighting for his partner.
Yep.
Finally, his partner comes in. Ah! 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 And then they win.
Do you think that like an NXT kind of deal killed the tag team division? Because that used to be what guys would do, right? They'd come in and they'd be a tag team for 2-3 years, and then they'd break up, and all your great guys would come out of tag teams. Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, great examples.
I think
everyone starts as a tag team.
Yeah, and that's where you work on your moves. You build up. You don't have to carry the match by yourself. I think this is. It's going to be tough down the road because they don't have those guys to fill the spots now.
All great points.
But we still got to pick winners here, right?
We do have to pick a winner.
I'm going to go... I think Gold and Stardust retain.
I'm going to have to say... Man, that's tough.
I could see Mizdow winning, though, rewarding them for all the great stuff they've been doing lately.
You know what? This really hurts me, but I have to say the Usos are going to win.
You got to get the belts.
I don't like the Usos to win, but I think they're going to win.
Okay. Yeah, because like we said earlier, all the other belts are heels, so maybe this one comes back to the good guys.
What do you think, Little Dynamite? Usos for the win?
No, I think Miz and Mizdow.
Ooh.
Putting him down for Miz and Mizdow.
Okay.
Little Dynamite.
Excellent.
So we've all got a dog to fight here on this one. That makes it interesting.
I hope we're all wrong and it's the Matadors. But we'll see.
As long as El Torito's in the match, that'll be his first belt on his way up to Lesnar.
Uh-huh.
He'll be a tag champ, U.S. champ, Intercontinental champ, world champ.
He's not that much smaller than Daniel Bryan.
And then picture this. Hornswoggle runs to the ring, takes out Torito. Oh my God!
I can't wait till next year's Hell in a Cell.
No mercy for the World Championship. El Torito versus Hornswoggle. Hell in a Cell.
Maybe they could do Hell in a Mini Cell.
Elimination match, chamber match. With tables, ladders, and chairs on the top.
Think of that. Back to the early WrestleManias. They had enough midget wrestlers at the time to have a Survivor Series match.
I believe they've had a little person Royal Rumbles.
Are you serious?
I believe so.
Oh man, I'd love to see Torito and Hornswoggle on a Royal
Rumble. I'm pretty sure
Rumble.
that happened.
That would be incredible.
It was always fun when they would have impersonators.
Yeah, like at the WLC, right when they had the Micro Cole and JB Elf.
Yes,
that was awesome.
Yes, I'd like to see that. Not just Hornswoggle doing it.
Yeah, get some other guys.
Yeah.
Remember when Bundy smashed Little Beaver and killed him?
That was awesome. I do remember that. King Kong Bundy,
Little Tokyo,
Love
Little Beaver.
Guy.
I don't remember who the other guys were in the match. It was Bundy and Hillbilly Jim, I think.
Hillbilly Jim, don't go messing with the country boy, country boy, country boy. Don't go messing with the country boy, don't mess with the country boy.
Now, I know you said you got the network. You have to watch Legends House when you start watching stuff on there.
I will. I want to check that out. I've been watching Monday Night Wars.
Really? I haven't checked any of those out
show. Yet. I like ECW shows.
I haven't watched those either.
I'd like to see Nitro matches, so I'm going to check all that out.
I watched all of Legends House, and then I've been watching the Legends of Wrestling, which I love that show.
Cool.
There was a great... I forgot who was telling the story. I think it might have been Dusty Rhodes. They were talking about it was somebody's first night, and they came into the dressing room, and the other guys were all working on Flair because he had a giant hemorrhoid they had to push back in for him.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's absolutely disgusting to talk about an old man's hemorrhoid.
Well, he wasn't old at the time. I think he was just breaking in.
Breaking in his hemorrhoids.
Exactly. And the other great thing about the Legends of Wrestling is you get plenty of Mean Gene.
Mean Gene.
I miss Mean Gene, too.
Yeah, we need him back. Now, listen. We're almost done discussing this pay-per-view set for tomorrow.
I know. How long do you think the Fatal 4-Way goes? Because, the the ladies' matches are going to take up some time, but you got to figure you got to fill 2.5, 3 hours, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say 15 minutes.
You think that okay
for the Fatal 4-Way?
So then you're looking at a huge chunk of time for Ambrose and Wyatt.
What's the Usos finisher?
It's probably some version of the Flying Uso.
Don't they do some fly over each other or something?
I think the one jumps off the top rope, off like the corner or something over the other guy. Or
yes, if it was that cool, we would remember it. Remember Demolition's finisher?
Oh, that's what they need now is like a Demolition Road Warrior style team.
Yeah, he held him at the knee, like in the center of the ring, and then the other guy elbow smashed.
Dropped the elbow. Yeah, it's like the guillotine.
Ropes.
What did I don't remember what they called that move, but it was awesome.
Yes, we gotta look that one up.
Who did you like better, Demolition or the Road Warriors?
Equally as awesome, I think. Yeah,
I was a bigger Demolition fan just because they were on TV more where I was watching.
Yeah, they were more well known.
Yeah,
but the figures you would want to have the Road Warriors.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They're just because of the spikes on the shoulders.
They're out right now. They just came out in the Elite toy line. The Road Warriors probably a month or two ago.
That would be a good set for you to pick up for the holidays.
I probably should. Speaking of the holidays, we haven't talked about our Halloween costumes yet, have we?
We did.
Did we?
Brought it up last time, but I don't think we revealed that you played Bray Wyatt and I played Eric Rowan.
We should put those pictures up on the website too.
Yes, I need to do that.
Well, and it wasn't Little Dynamite was Sting.
Yeah.
We had
Little Dynamite. We had little Stinger.
We had Little Stinger. We had a Little Hogan.
We had a little Hulkster.
What was the other one? A Little Cena?
A little John Cena.
Yeah, it was a very wrestling Halloween.
Don't we have Stephanie McMahon also?
Yes, that's right.
Miss Elizabeth, Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, we had a full roster.
That was pretty good. Speaking of the Little Stinger, Big Stinger coming back tomorrow?
Rumors on the dirt sheet websites proclaim that Sting will debut at the Survivor Series tomorrow night. How do you feel about that, Dynamite?
Awesome.
Great. I would love to see Sting. I don't see where he fits or why he would be there, but I would love to see Sting.
Well, how about this angle? Do you think, Vince reappeared a month or so ago and said that if the Authority loses, they're out of power, right? So maybe is he there if and when they lose, and he introduces Sting as the next guy to be in charge of the operation?
He would be a good general manager for Raw, but I would rather see him in a wrestling match versus someone like Bray Wyatt.
That would be interesting.
Versus someone like Brock Lesnar.
Do you think he could go with Lesnar still?
Versus someone like...
When was the last time he wrestled?
Probably very recently. I don't know.
Okay, so he can still go.
He can still wrestle.
What about he takes over and they start setting up for the Sting Triple H WrestleMania match? Triple H trying to get his power back.
I don't see that. I don't know.
You don't think so?
Do you think that would be a good matchup?
I don't know.
Sting and H?
I'd watch Sting probably with anybody.
He just has the best entrance.
Yeah.
It's super dramatic, just like The Undertaker's entrance.
Well, and if he comes back, he's definitely the Crow version of the Sting, not the early years Dingo Warrior partner version.
I would say the Crow is the more popular character.
Yeah.
The black and white Sting.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. The other thing that I've heard for WrestleMania is Hogan in a couple different interviews has called out Austin as a coward.
That coward.
So what do you think? Do you think we get Sting, Hogan, and Austin all at WrestleMania this year?
Yeah, that'd be great. I think we're reaching very far, but rumors are that Austin is training for a comeback.
Ooh. Tickets
Bolster
just went on sale.
is always doing a comeback, so you can't believe him whatever he says.
I wonder if he could pass the physical still.
I would say so. He's in better shape than I am.
Yeah, true. You want to get into Ambrose Wyatt?
Yeah, let's get into that's totally forgotten here.
I know.
It's just lost in the madness.
I'm still confused as to why they ended the Rollins-Ambrose match that way. I mean, obviously you're starting this, but you don't really get closure on that match.
Yes. No, you don't. It suddenly takes a total twist, and now you've got Bray Wyatt in the mix, and Dean Ambrose.
I think they're going to have a great match. I just think it's a weirdly timed and structured feud.
Yeah, especially at a Survivor Series where he should be on his team with the Wyatt family.
Yeah, we should have.
Wouldn't that make more sense, WWE?
Could you imagine they held the Wyatts together for another month, and then you've got the Wyatt family tag team?
Wouldn't it make more sense to have Dean Ambrose on the team with Seth Rollins?
Yeah.
Have a surprise comeback from your favorite guy, Roman Reigns, as the Shield?
Yeah,
Come on, guys!
Yeah. I didn't watch. I wasn't back watching last year at this time, but at this point last year, wasn't Daniel Bryan a member of the Wyatt family?
I believe so, yeah. There you go. But I think he's out of the picture.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be back. The injury roster is huge.
Gone.
So, do you think Bray... I mean, is there a chance he converts Ambrose or gets him into the family? Is he going to get other family members, or is that kind of done?
I don't know. It was a disaster. It was such a beautifully crafted team. They've had all those videos, and they have a great theme, great entrance. They're a great stable. They look like they fit together.
Harper still has the Bray Wyatt Little Red Bird on his shirt. Does Rowan? I haven't noticed.
Well, they're just probably trying to sell those.
Oh, yeah. So they put it on there. Oh, well. I mean, I still think this is going to be a good match. I just think it's odd.
And what's it for?
That's,
Ooh, revenge.
Yeah.
You creeped up through the ring.
Could you see those two guys ending up as a tag team someday?
I think it'd be a great tag team.
Yeah. I don't think they have anybody up to their level to fight right now,
I think Dean Ambrose definitely has that backwoods look. Psychotic,
he's
kind of feel to him.
He's unstable.
Exactly.
Lunatic Fringe.
The Lunatic Fringe. That is the... Oh, jeez. Every time I hear that, I think of the song. Lunatic Fringe.
I don't know that song.
I know you're out there.
Who's that by?
Oh.
The Wyatt family?
Oh. We'll play it.
Okay. Well, should we make our picks on this one?
Yeah, let's go for it. I'm gonna go with Wyatt. Yeah, I go with Wyatt.
This is actually the first I've thought about it. I'll go Ambrose just to be different. Little Dynamite.
Red Rider.
Ambrose.
Lunatic Fringe.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right. Do you think that this? I mean, obviously, I think this feud probably keeps going, right?
For what reason, though?
I don't know. I mean,
they're not fighting over a girl.
Same reason it started.
They're
for
not
no reason.
fighting for a belt. They're not fighting for a number one spot. They're not fighting for a briefcase.
But what's the next pay-per-view? Tables, ladders, and chairs?
Yes.
Would they have a ladder match?
I bet they'll have a rematch.
Yeah.
Because they can't think of anything else.
Ambrose can go, but Wyatt was in the Money in the Bank, but I don't think he really did any high spots, right? He wasn't up on the ladder much. He just kind of laid outside the ring. Stayed out of the way.
Check out this song, Lunatic Fringe. Whoa.
But it's not Ambrose's theme song.
What is his theme song?
I don't know what it is.
It's something like...
It's hard to tell his and Rollins' theme songs apart. They don't have great theme songs.
Now again, the Shield was awesome.
Yes.
That theme song was awesome.
How about best theme song in the business today?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Current wrestlers. Current roster.
Current roster.
Yeah.
Well, That's tough.
I know.
Probably the Wyatt family.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt.
No doubt.
I'd say Bray Wyatt for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Although I do like the Matadors.
El Matadors. El Torito is fighting for the World Championship.
We've only got one match left.
The final match.
You want me to run down the rosters quick just to refresh everybody's memory?
Boom. Go ahead. Go for it.
Team Cena, led by John Cena, joined by Dolph Ziggler, The Big Show.
Well, it's the Big Show.
And then you've got, not to be confused with The Big Show, The Big Guy, Ryback. And then late edition, confusing Eric Rowan.
Eric Rowan, why is he on this team?
Good question. Versus the Team Authority, which is captained by Seth Rollins.
I say you better respect my authority.
The Demon Kane, although he's Corporate Kane, and Stephanie was still kind of calling him the Demon Kane, which is kind of weird when he's wearing the suit.
Corporate Lame.
Yeah.
That's his name for me. Corporate Lame.
World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry.
Mark Henry, why is he on this team, people?
I don't know.
Makes no sense.
And then you got Harper, Luke Harper.
Luke Harper, he is the Intercontinental Champion. Why is he in this match?
I'm excited by that. Surprised, but excited. And then
where is Ziggler's rematch?
You've got the Russian Rusev with the ravishing Russian Lana. So those are your teams.
Well, yeah, that's it.
How about this? There's 2 belts involved, and they're both on the Team Authority. Rusev and Harper both have belts.
Yep, but they don't put them up or anything.
No.
They just walk out with them.
Yeah.
But, Rusev's U.S. champ, Harper's Intercontinental champ.
Both, they both changed hands in the last month, too.
Strongest man in the world, Mark Henry. Now, picture this. What about if Mark Henry decides he wants to come back to the good team?
Yeah.
He walks out on Triple H because he wants him gone.
I don't see it happening,
Yeah,
but
I
that
don't see that
would be interesting.
Why is Mark Henry on this team? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, there aren't enough belts to go around for those guys.
I don't like these bigger matches. How are people eliminated now? Is it a battle royal or is it a tag team?
Tag team. So
so they all stand around the ring
and get tagged in. Yep. And then as they're out, they have to leave. So.
All right, let's pick an order here.
Oh boy. Well, the other thing we got to mention too is Rollins has that Money in the Bank that apparently is never going to get cashed in.
Money in the Bank. What happened to that angle?
What do you think that gets cashed in at WrestleMania?
Possibly.
I don't know when else he's going to have a chance to use it. He can't use it for another belt, can he?
No. No.
He can't.
No, it's for the title.
Yeah, so we know he's got that coming. Cena won the Hell in a Cell, so we know he's got a title match coming.
Doesn't Cena always have a title match coming?
I think so.
No matter what he does, if he gets fired, he's back the next day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
It's just ridiculous what they're doing.
Dream scenario. Team Authority wins. Everybody on Team Cena loses. But then tomorrow, or the next day on Raw, the Machines come back.
The Machines?
Yeah, you remember the Machines?
Oh, the Machines with the black masks.
Yeah, when Andre got suspended or kicked out of the league. Could you see that, though? You got the Big Show, the Big Machine. You got the Cena Machine, the Dolph Machine.
That alludes back to what I was saying earlier about you have groups of people that belong together. Like the foreigners versus the Americans. Mm-hmm. The red team versus the blue team. The blondes versus the brunettes. Come on, guys. Get creative.
So, should we pick... how do you want to do this? You want to pick who you think's going to get out first and then ultimately who's going to win kind of thing?
That's going to be tough.
I think... I want to make one prediction. I think Rowan and Harper get into some kind of outside-the-ring altercation and they're going to be out by a double count-out.
Yep. Rusev will be out because he can't be tarnished, with his current record.
He'll get counted out or
he
disqualified.
wins the match.
Possibly, yeah.
Or he pulls John Cena in the Accolade
Do you think that Rusev really needs both that Russian medal and the U.S. title?
Yes.
He needs them both? Okay.
Yeah.
So, boy, I don't know where to go with this. I think there's going to be that double count out. Yeah, I think you're right. Rusev doesn't submit, doesn't get pinned. He gets counted out or he's still surviving.
As far as the firing bit of this match, if you're not going to fire Cena, what is the point? You know, do you care if Eric Rowan gets fired?
Is that what they've said, though, is they're not going to fire Cena?
Yeah, everyone but Cena would be fired. It makes absolute no sense. So then John Cena might as well be a part of the Authority.
Yeah. Well, do you think? Well, I don't think that happens. I think he's as big of a heel right now as he could be.
Who's that?
Cena. I think you know the kids love him, the adults hate him, and I think that's as far as it's going to go.
Okay.
They turn him heel, they just flip flop that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what happens here.
I'm gonna pick a team here.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna stick with a team pick.
Okay.
And this is really tough to do. I'm gonna go with Authority.
You are? Okay.
Who you got, Little Dynamite?
I'm going with Team Cena because I can't imagine all those people being fired.
Okay.
Team Cena doesn't want everybody to get laid off.
I'm going Team Cena too, and I think I'm going to say that the Authority gets split up. Sting comes in, and he's in charge.
We've all got a dog in the fight.
But I do want to say, I would assume, I think Harper and Rowan are going to be a double count out. I think Henry and Big Show, they could go that route too, because I don't think they really factor into the end. I don't know, could they be setting up a Ziggler-Seth Rollins feud?
Could be.
I'd love to see Cena get eliminated and have one of the other guys come up big. How about Ryback? Is the push he's been getting lately just to build him up for this match, or is he going to be going to bigger and better things after this?
That's a great question. That's why I just don't appreciate these larger matches. You can't focus on any of the angles that these guys are in, which they're not even in any kind of an angle. The teams do not gel. It doesn't make sense. I don't see anything in the future that can come out of this. You got Mark Henry, you got Kane, you got Rusev, Luke Harper.
I think there's a couple of them that make sense. Show and Henry obviously are in a feud. I mean, there's something going on Rowan and Harper. I don't know what that is. And then Kane, I mean, he's just there.
Yeah, I can't get into it.
Ziggler's probably the number 2 face right now, though, behind Cena, right?
I want to see Triple H in this match. I want to see him get physical. I want him to bring out the sledgehammer and fight for that spot.
I think he's going to get involved, right?
He's on the edge of losing his spot. He's got to get up there, get the sledgehammer out. That's why I'm picking Authority.
What do you think he gets involved?
You heard it here.
Gets Team Authority disqualified, and he's the cause of his own loss of power?
That would be awesome. That would be great, because he would play that out wonderfully. He would just get so mad.
Yeah. That could be what happens.
That's a great idea. Let's get Mr. McMahon on the phone.
If the Authority splits up, who gets Mercury and Noble? It's kind of like a divorce, and who gets the kids? Does Rollins get to keep them?
I think those guys are out of a job soon.
You think so?
No, they should be another tag team.
Yeah?
You know?
I'd like to see them. I kind of like those guys.
Yeah, they're cool. It's always cool to have corporate goons running around. It's been a tradition.
Yeah, who were the other? Didn't Pat Patterson kind of fill that role for a while? Him and what was the other guy?
That's right.
Briscoe.
Jerry Briscoe. Jerry Briscoe and Pat Patterson.
All right, so I think those are our Survivor Series picks for 2014.
Okay, real quick, we'll run back through it. I picked Wyatt.
Yep.
I picked Usos.
Yep. And Authority. I picked Team Cena, Ambrose, and the Dust Brothers. Little Dynamite went Mizdow, Ambrose, Cena.
Mizdow, that's a good pick.
Could be.
All right, folks. We're going to step away here and take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be back on the Wrestlinks review.
Me too.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back on the Wrestlinks review. It's me, Flyin Ryan, and Mike the Hammer, along with our very special guest, Little Dynamite. We're talking about Survivor Series, and now we're going to get into the original Survivor Series, filmed in 1987.
I went back and watched Little Dynamite, and I went back and watched this right after we recorded the last episode, so it's fresh in my mind.
Great. This will be a good discussion.
It started off with what I think was the best match of the night, and it was basically it was the Intercontinental title Survivor Series match.
Yeah.
That's right, Team Randy Savage versus Team Honky Tonk Man.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Listen to this lineup. Team Savage is Randy Savage, Jake the Snake Roberts, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan with Miss Elizabeth versus Team Honky Tonk Man. So joining Honky, Hercules, who I think was always very underrated.
Hercules.
Dangerous Danny Davis.
Dangerous Danny Davis.
The Outlaw Ron Bass.
Outlaw.
And I don't think he was the king at the time, but Harley Race.
King Harley Race.
With Bobby Heenan and Jimmy Hart.
The Weasel and the Mouth of the South.
That's an incredible lineup.
I love it. 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. What were the results?
The results. Okay, so it starts off. I don't remember if this was the beginning or kind of the middle of the feud, but Hacksaw and Harley Race were a double count out. They got going outside the ring, both eliminated, bringing it down to 4-4. Then Brutai put out the Outlaw Ron Bass.
Brutus Beefcake.
So it was 4-3 Team Savage. Then Honky Tonk came in quickly. Beefcake was celebrating. Honky came in, as he often did, and took advantage of the situation.
Shake, rattle, and roll, baby.
Exactly. Put Beefcake out. Evens things up 3-3.
Jake the Snake gave the infamous DDT to Dangerous Danny Davis.
Referee turned wrestler, Dangerous Danny Davis. 3-2.
When you see that DDT coming, it's over.
You got to get out of the ring
Boom.
or you're done. And then the big guy of back then, Hercules Hernandez, I think he was just Hercules at the time. The flying elbow by Randy Savage put him away.
Oh, yeah, Macho Man.
And then, with the odds 3-1, Honky Tonk Man did the brave thing and ran away. he got the hell out of the ring and just took off. Him and Jimmy Hart turned tail and ran.
I'm a huge fan of the Honky Tonk Man. He's one of the greatest characters.
I think he's still the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
This guy is hilarious. You should listen to some of his later interviews. He lets it all hang out.
He wrestled for a long time, too, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he still wrestles. I think this is his last year, his retirement tour.
He's actually wrestling now?
Yes.
Oh, I'd love to see him again. Did he ever, I don't remember, did he ever get into the heavyweight title picture?
I don't believe so.
Never really did?
No.
I thought he might have had a match with Hogan or something.
He's bitter about that. Oh, I'm sure he faced Hogan.
Yeah, but just was never really in the contention.
Right.
That was a great match, though. I mean, look at that. I mean, look at the Hall of Famers there.
Oh, yeah.
Steamboat and Savage. Was that? I don't remember if that was before or after their big feud. I think it might have been after, because I think Savage had the belt. It was Savage and Steamboat before Honky had the belt.
And you know what? That was the opening match.
I know.
Let's go, people.
That could close today.
I'll bring us into the second match. We've got the Fabulous Moolah, Rockin' Robin, Velvet McIntyre, and the Jumping Bomb Angels, Itsuki Yamasaki and Norio Tatino.
That's one heck of a tag team.
That is one crazy team full of women right there. The next team is the Sensational Sherry,
Pre-Macho Man.
Also known as Scary Sherry.
And Queen Sherry.
The Glamour Girls, Lelena Kai and Judy Martin.
I believe the way Gorilla Monsoon pronounced it was Lilani.
Lilani, Donna Cristinello, and Dawn Marie. With the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
He was out there, I think, for...
Hart Foundation.
Actually, he was out there for 3 of the 4 matches.
That's great. Where are the managers today?
We need some. We need managers.
You brought it up earlier. Where is Paul Heyman?
Yeah, he's the only guy we got running.
They don't even have managers now. Come on.
You need those... They used to switch between managing and commentating a lot. You know, they'd be a commentator, then they'd be a manager, vice versa. I think you need more of that action going on.
We've got Lana, and she's hot, and she's doing a great job.
But she's the only one that's out there.
She's it.
Although Tyson Kidd's been wrestling lately, and he's got that Natalia, right?
Yeah, but she's a women's...
She's a wrestler as well, right? Yeah.
All right. So, wonder what happened in this women's matchup.
Do you want me to look it up?
Here we go. We'll just run down it quick.
The winner...
Cristinello was taken out by Velvet McIntyre.
With a victory roll pin.
Yes. Dawn Marie eliminated by Rockin' Robin with a crossbody pin. Sensational Sherry with a vertical suplex on Rockin' Robin. And then the double clothesline to the Fabulous Moolah by Judy Martin. Then we had a victory roll from Velvet McIntyre on Sensational Sherry.
That was her second of the match.
Then we have a awesome electric chair drop from Leilani to eliminate Velvet McIntyre. And then Leilani was eliminated by Itsuki Yamasaki. Flying crossbody pin. Judy Martin was then eliminated by Norio Tatino with the flying sit-out clothesline. 20 minutes long, this matchup, folks.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's almost like they had that thing timed out.
Sounds like it.
Jumpin' Bomb Angel survived.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, the next match is probably the most impressive thing. The Tag Team Survivor Series match.
Here we go. Start us off.
We've got 20 men in this match. There was no room. Like, they could barely bounce off the ropes because there were so many guys on the sides. Like, seriously, they'd go into the ropes and everybody be kind of like leaning back and falling off the side. This was an incredible match. We had, let me go up to the listing. The first team was captained by, I think at the time, the champion, Strike Force.
Strike Force with Tito Santana and Rick Martel.
Or if you're Jesse the Body Ventura, Chico.
Chico.
They were joined by the Young Stallions, Paul Roma and Jimmy Powers. The fabulous Rougeau brothers.
The Rougeaus.
Jacques and Raymond.
Yes.
The Killer Bees.
Yes. Oh.
Jumpin' Jim Brunzell and B. Brian Blair.
And they had masks.
They did.
You didn't know who was who.
They factored into the outcome of the match,
yes.
too. They were joined by the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid.
Nice.
With Matilda.
And
then, I mean, that's one side of this match. The other side, captained by the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart. You had the Islanders, Haku and Tama.
Oh, my.
Demolition. Axe and Smash. The Bolsheviks, Nikolai Volkov and Boris Zukov. And the Dream Team, Greg Valentine and Dino Bravo.
Greggy the Hammer Valentine.
And listen to the managers. Johnny Valiant, Slick, Jimmy Hart, Bobby Heenan, and Mr. Fuji.
Nice. Slick Rick, Jimmy Hart, Bobby Heenan, Mr. Fuji.
That's enough managers, if you're counting, to have their own team in a Survivor Series match. Yeah.
Come on now, guys.
That's just incredible. Do you want to go through the pins here? Or the eliminations?
37-minute match. Wow.
It was a lot of bodies in the ring.
Go ahead and start us off. You got results.
The Russians were the first people eliminated. Boris Zukov got knocked out by Chico with the flying forearm, or I forget what Ventura used to call it, the flying taco or flying burrito or something. So the Russians were eliminated, and that was the rules. The tag team would be eliminated as one, so you didn't have to get each guy. Just one guy, and then both members of the tag team are out. So then you had the next elimination was Jacques Rougeau by axe of demolition.
Yeah. Another crossbody pin. We've seen a lot of crossbody pins.
That was a staple of tag team wrestling back then.
Those.
Then Demolition gets eliminated when Smash hit the referee.
He smashed the referee.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So Demolition was out. I don't think they were going to have them lose at that point, so they needed a DQ to get them out. And then the champs get eliminated. Chico gets pinned by Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Jim Neidhart.
God, I love the Hart Foundation.
Pink and Black Attack.
Those guys were awesome. Then Dynamite Kid got kicked by Haku and eliminated.
Haku is a big, bad dude.
He was tough. I saw him in I don't know where I think I saw him and Hogan wrestle once here in the cities.
Savati kick.
So he was out. Bulldogs were eliminated. Next guy to go out was Greg the Hammer by Paul Roma with a diving sunset flip.
Paul Roma. And I can't place the face on that guy.
Paul Roma, he was interchangeable. Him, Young Stallions, there was a bunch of those guys like that. Kind of Martel kind of fell into that group, but Roma, I don't think ever went anywhere where Martel became the model.
And then look at this. Bret Hart eliminated by Jumpin' Jim Brunzell.
Yep, and that was one where B. Brian Blair, I believe, got hurt. Brunzell pulls him out of the ring. They both put on the Killer Bee masks, and Brunzell jumps back in, non-injured man, and pins Hart.
Beautiful sunsets flip for the win.
And
I thought they put the mask on when it was 1-on-2.
That put it to one team to two, because then the Islanders were still in, and it was the Killer Bees and the Young Stallions, and B. Brian Blair managed to sunset flip Tama to win the match, and the survivors were the Killer Bees and the Young Stallions.
Nice.
That
was a good matchup right there.
That's a whole lot of action.
Just look at the creativeness of the teams and the factions.
Yeah.
Like the Rougeaus, the Bulldogs, the Bees, the Islanders, Demolition, the Bolsheviks.
We're going to sound like a broken record, but we need more tag teams.
The Dream Team. We need factions. We need creativity.
Rusev needs a Boris Zukov.
Yes, he needs... Well, not right now. I think he's doing good.
He's doing fine.
His lady.
Yeah, I think he's okay right now. But I mean, there should be some other tag teams in that vein.
All right. We're going to head on in here to the main event of the original Survivor Series elimination matchup.
And
first,
this was after. I think this was after WrestleMania 2 going into 3.
I don't know.
I think that's what it was.
87.
Because I think this was in the middle of Andre's heel turn.
He turned heel, huh? Or he turned good guy?
I think he turned heel here. I think he before this, maybe at WrestleMania. I don't think we had seen him since WrestleMania, so most of a year we hadn't seen him.
Yeah.
And then he was back for this. And
Let's run down this team here. We've got Andre the Giant, 8th Wonder of the World. We've got One Man Gang, one of my personal favorites. King Kong Bundy, Butch Reed, and Rick Rude.
if you're counting up pounds, that's more than a ton of wrestler.
That is a monster team right there. A giant, a gang, a king, a Kong.
The Natural.
A Rude. And they have Bobby Heenan and Slick Rick.
Yeah. Rick, I mean, look at that. Rick Rude is the littlest guy in that team by a long ways.
I'll buy this pay-per-view.
Wow.
I might play this one instead of the one tomorrow.
Tomorrow night?
On the other team, we've got the Hulkster, Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania running wild in 87 with Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, and Don, The Rock, Morocco. He was the original Rock.
Yeah.
Probably there was a lot of wrestlers named The Rock. But I specifically remember Don, The Rock, Morocco.
He was my first Rock.
Ken Patera. And Bam Bam Bigelow.
Patera was an Olympian.
Yes, that's right. And they had Oliver Humperdinck. Everybody has a manager. If they don't have a manager, they share managers.
Did Humperdinck ever manage anyone other than Bam Bam in WWE? I don't think he did he? He was a strange one.
I haven't heard that one in a while.
He had those glittering, he kind of had those Macho Man style robe suit coats.
That's right. That's him. He looked like a circus ringmaster.
Or like an overgrown leprechaun.
Well, there you have it.
That was a great lineup. You want to go through the eliminations?
Yeah, let's do it.
The thing I love about this one is the ending. But the first guy out is probably the obvious, the forgotten man in this one, the Natural, Butch Reed, by Hogan. Big leg drop pinfall. Then Ken Patera wearing, he had some sort of arm injury, and he had this bulky elbow brace on, gets pinned by the one-man gang.
Yeah.
Man, the gang was awesome.
I love the one-man gang. He had a great look. He's a huge dude.
And then he became Akeem, right?
Yeah.
That was kind of disappointing, but he and Boss Man were still pretty good in that. Oh. I don't know if
1987 things were grand.
I don't know if you want to play this yet because
real winners.
Things don't work out well for Hogan in this match.
Oh, we gotta hear it. Let's hear it, Dynamite. When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
If you play it too loud, we're gonna have mini Hogan running around down here. It is hard to sit down when you hear this song. Did you ever see Hogan at a live event?
Yes.
Who'd you see him wrestle?
King Kong Bundy.
Really?
Big Boss Man.
Like both in one night or two separate nights?
Occasions. Yeah.
Man, those are two big matches.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we left off with Patera getting pinned, and then Mr. Wonderful was next. Rick Rude got him. I think Rude used the ropes. I think he had both legs up on the second rope and kind of cheated a little bit.
Interference from King Kong Bundy.
Okay. Then Rude, as often happens in these matches, he eliminates Orndorff, and then he goes on to get eliminated by The Rock, Don Morocco.
Don Morocco, that dude was huge.
Oh, yeah. He was jacked.
Popping out of everywhere.
Jacked.
Don Morocco was eliminated by the one-man gang. The 747 splash.
And then here comes a big spoiler for those of you that haven't seen this yet.
Boom. Go ahead, it's a count-out.
Hulkster eliminated.
Eliminated by Bundy and the one-man gang.
They stopped him from getting back in.
Oh, interesting.
He tried to get back in, and basically, I don't remember what they said, if his whole team would be eliminated if he didn't leave the ring area, but they had to have an announcement, and he basically left in tears.
Oh, no.
Poor Hogan.
Oh, no.
So at that point, you're down to, if you're keeping score at home, 3-on-1. Bam Bam's the only remaining member of Team Hogan.
Wow.
And he's facing Bundy, one-man gang, and the eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant.
The Giant. So here we go. Bam Bam takes out Bundy.
Yeah.
Bam Bam takes out one-man gang.
1-1.
And here comes the eighth wonder of the world to put his stamp on his legacy. He's crush and pin Bigelow for the win.
Yep, and that sets up the Hogan-Andre. I think there was a Saturday night's main event after this where Andre wins the belt, gives it to DiBiase. The title gets vacated, and then we're looking at... actually, it must have been WrestleMania 4, because I think it was the tournament then for the title.
Yeah.
Yes, Saturday night's main event!
That was a big deal.
Yes, I love Vince McMahon.
Along
with Jesse the Body.
Oh, great commentating back then.
Yeah. Bring it back.
Get us some Gorilla Monsoon, little Bobby Heenan, Lord Alfred Hayes.
Whoa!
What was that?
Whoa! That wasn't it, buddy.
What were you going for?
I'm trying to find Saturday night's main event intro.
Oh gosh, I don't even remember what the music sounded like. I just remember it was very hard to stay awake for some of those.
Yes!
There it is.
Night's Main Event.
What, they kind of did that, what was it, whenever Saturday Night Live wasn't on, they got the slot, so maybe it was like once a month or every other month.
After Saturday Night Live, only on special Saturdays.
That's right, that's why it was so hard to stay awake for it. Well, I think Saturday Night Live was on until midnight, so I think it must have come on at midnight.
I always stayed up to watch it.
But they did that because they didn't used to have a pay-per-view every month, so you'd have a Saturday Night's Main Event. There were some great matches. We should break down some Saturday Night Main Event matches next time, because I don't know any off the top of my head aside from that one.
Next time on the Wrestlinks Review, you'll hear Saturday Night's Main Event and more. Check us out next time, Wrestlinks.com/podcast. This is your host, Flyin Ryan, Mike the Hammer, Little Dynamite, signing out. We'll see you next time.